This is the AN News with me, Sweetie Abochi. Details now. The NPP parliamentary candidate for the Amenfi East constituency, Ernest Frimpong, has denied inciting illegal miners to attack the military and encouraging them to undertake illegal mining activities in the region. In a video on social media, the parliamentary candidate is seen in a forum with persons thought to be illegal miners. Also at this forum was the Regional Minister Kwabena Ochodako, who also heads the Security Council in the region. The Amenfi East NPP parliamentary candidate, Ernest Frimpong, says his conversation was taken out of context.
We had a lengthy conversation. Among other things, we said that when you are working legally, people are supposed to do legal business. We and our government have put in place all legal entities to make sure that mining in the country is decentralized. Apart from that, I became a parliamentary candidate in December, and from January to now, we have seen a number of military, police, security attacks on the miners who are legally doing their work. And you call to find out where these people are coming from, and you realize that it is coming from no authority. It has become a business for some people in the constituency. And per some investigations we have, it is just the opposition NDC who call on their friends in the security services to come and do operations in these mining sites to cause a lot of disaffection for the government. So people, even doing legal businesses, get to be attacked, extorted, and then their machines and things are destroyed.
Way
so
to address
the
way to address this is to attack uniformed men. Is that what you're saying?
I am saying that if the people in uniform can go to the length of engaging civilians in a business form to torment miners who are legally working, then they should be exposed. Because once you do that, you are deviating from what you are supposed to do. We have never spoken against legal mining. You and I, we all agree that the mining should be legal and we should refrain from river bodies, roads, and forests. That is what we are advocating. That is what the security agencies of this country have been championing.
The National Democratic Congress in the Central Region says it will resist any military intervention that's not sanctioned by the Military High Command in a process leading to the 2024 elections. Central Regional Chairman of the NDC, Professor Richard Eseju, is accusing the NPP of busing some military personnel to the Futu constituency to register in the constituency, a practice that he claims is against the norm. Now, addressing a news conference at Kaswa, he called on the Military High Command to investigate the issue.
As you are aware, the EC opened the proxy application and voter transfer window from 30th May to 14 June 2024. The exercise has been plagued with power crisis, machine and network breakdown on the side of the EC, and busing and plain gerrymandering by the NPP, most often in the plain sight of the Ghana Police Service. An instance at Isikumodobim Brakwa, branch of the NDC. In Isikumodobim Brakwa, voters were lured and bussed with financial inducement disguised as business loans and sent to Accra for registration. We are following up on this issue to identify the exact beneficiary constituency in Accra. Abra Sebu Kwamankesi. In Abra Sebu Kwamankesi, the NPP is auditing the EC register for dead people to register as proxy votes. We want to encourage everyone whose family has passed on to report to the exhibition center when the opportunity arises to strike out the names of their deceased relatives. A Futu constituency. In a Futu constituency, the majority leader and the MP4 and the MP, Honorable Afoyomaki, bussed 71 men clad in military uniform to to transfer their votes to Efutu. This has raised a lot of eyebrows in the constituency, considering that the military-like and other security votes during the special voting exercise, which is organized ahead of the election, the general elections. Simply put, such people do have their processes done before the general election, so they vote as special voters. So the arrangement is different from the ordinary Ghanaian. We want the Ghana Armed Forces to investigate and come out with a response on these 71 men. The tragedy of Techiman South is still fresh on our minds, and the NDC will resist any military interventions that is not seconded or sanctioned by the military high command. On the 20th of July 2020, that's last 4 years, during a similar exercise, Madam Hawa Kumsi and the NPP tax visited similar mayhem at the EC Registration Center, compelling EC officers to run for their dear lives. In the scuffle, Madam Hawa personally fired shots whilst her tax destroyed properties, including burning motorbikes and injuring others. She accepted responsibility and told you pressmen that she fired shots at the registration center, that she accepted the blame. The police did not arrest her, but rather invited her to produce the papers on her gun. Despite her admission, the police said they did not have substantial evidence to prosecute her. The crime officer in charge of the investigation was transferred to the Eastern region, and the matter died there till her son and his tax resorted it this week. Today, we asked the Ghana Police Service, in whose presence Nas' car was ransacked, whether they saw her shooting and terrorizing people at the center like the NPP's Hawa Kumsi.
The visits of the Asante Hin Otumfuo Osei II to the Garmancha Palace has been hailed as a powerful symbol of Ghana's unity and the enduring strength of her cultural values. The Ashanti region and Greater Accra region are two important contributors to the country's economic and cultural development, making the visit a potent affirmation of the nation's shared identity. Asante Hin Otumfuo Osei II has pledged 500,000 cedis to the Greater Accra Regional Education Trust Fund.
Ode kru ya hu sampa oka ho oye sebe munyina e ba ko enti na obai ya ka ni sika no billion enum 5 billion ana yewura ode bo na ode sebe ato education fund no na amanfo nyinara eso fa bi ntum na moa e ma sebe echirima no etibi benya bi e moa ma sebe dusua so ekoso to bo se Australia me mawo o sela na mama fo nyina de mawo se nyame on shirawo dan da nyinara na gaman enye nkoso wo pray so na ehun sampa sabe obetra so no waye bi e de agya ama nchirima so abeto aso so de koto ko hene se no odo wase.
In other stories, Ifiduase Government Hospital is grappling with a 10% rate of neonatal jaundice cases with only one functioning phototherapy machine and improvised methods risking the treatment and lives of patients. Neonatal jaundice, when left untreated, can lead to serious complications, including cerebral palsy and mental retardation of patients. As an intervention, an NGO, Redeeming Hands Foundation, has provided the hospital with its first ever Firefly phototherapy machine, valued at 62,000 Ghana cedis. There's more in this report by Clinton Yeboah.
Jaundice in newborns is a common condition in up to 60% of full-term babies during their first week of life and 80% of premature babies during their first week of life. The medical condition occurs when their liver are not developed enough to get rid of build-up bilirubin in the baby's blood. The Ifiduase Government Hospital has an improvised solution which prolongs hospital stay for the number of babies born with the condition. An improvised phototherapy device built with a wooden framework and 3 defective UV bulbs is the hope of treating neonatal jaundice in the hospital. In the absence of proper eye shields, nurses use nose masks as a protective measure to cover the eyes of newborns during phototherapy sessions. The situation not only underscores the inadequacy of the required medical technology epidemiology, but also a major life risk to newborn babies battling neonatal jaundice. Clinical coordinator for the Fijasi Government Hospital, Dr. Mercy Asari, says the condition compels her to refer her patients.
So, and this condition comes with very detrimental complications like cerebral palsy, hearing impairment, mental retardation, and which makes the babies or the children burdens to their caregivers and the society at large. Previously, with only one machine, it means that we don't have a choice but to refer. That's one of the things our mothers don't really like. We refer them sometimes and they're not able to go. So if we have the machine here, we'll be able to do everything. We'll be able to manage the neonatal jaundice, and then we don't need to refer them for phototherapy.
Dr. Asari was therefore elated when Redeeming Hands Foundation, an NGO, came to their aid with a Firefly phototherapy machine. It promises a quick intervention to clear jaundice conditions in babies. President of Redeeming Hands Foundation, Wendy Boatema Ofori, says the device will provide a timely and effective treatment of neonatal jaundice.
We all agree that when children are born with these kind of conditions, they don't only become, in quotes, a burden to their parents, they become a burden and they become dependent on the society and Ghana as a nation. God being so good, KGO funded us in getting money to buy this. It will help. It's timely intervention for babies that suffer neonatal jaundice. So it's only apparent that we as a foundation, we do what we can to help and support and curb some of the detrimental effects that come from untreated neonatal jaundice. This is a Firefly phototherapy machine.
District Health Director for the Secretary East District, Dr. Ofori Amoa, says the intervention will reduce cost of treatment for babies with neonatal jaundice.
And we don't have any sort of this machine here. We will have to always refer our cases to Asama, and that comes with a lot of complications and cost. So this is more than happy. We are so grateful. It's going to reduce a lot of complications and other cost elements, both to the parents, the family, and the entire society.
Reporting for Joy News, my name is Clinton Yabua.
Physically challenged boy who tumbled from the stairs of the first floor of his school building and broke his hands. The incident forced him out of school, casting a shadow of doubt over his dreams of becoming a car designer. But today, there is hope on the horizon for Jeremiah Bedu Jr. after Joy Learning highlighted his plight in a moving documentary titled Slipping Dreams. Irene Adubia Ading has more in the following report.
Jeremiah Bedu Jr. loves school. He believes education is the surest way of achieving his dreams. But that dream is becoming a mirage for the 17-year-old boy.
Actually, I want to be a car brander and an artist, a big one like that. I am actually not going to school. Because of that, I'm seeing my dreams slipping out of my hands. I want to go back to school.
For the past 2 years, Jeremiah has been out of school and confined to his home due to health issues. All he finds solace in is to put his artistic skills into practice. This is his way of drowning his sorrows of not being in the classroom. His mother, now a single parent, unable to afford his medical bills, has been struggling to provide him with the care he needs. Despite the financial difficulties, she's been doing everything she can to ensure Jeremiah's well-being and comfort.
Yada no epojina jem na baga pobo na ya yele blele yotodum ajibe hana buero kiba yenya odum toreka anya no ikele vaviena.
But there is help in the offing. A non-governmental organization, Center for Disability Entrepreneurship and Public Policy, CDEPP, has offered to support Jeremiah. This was after the founder, Andrew Okaikwe, visited Jeremiah at his residence in Accra to assist him achieve his fullest potentials.
I think I discovered Jeremiah on Joy program, Joy TV, and I said to myself, Jeremiah is the future. And one thing that I was touched about is not the disability, because for me, I don't see the disability in me. I see more potential. So, but when I heard him say he wanted to be a designer, I said, wow, somebody needs to support Jeremiah. And I think that is the potency that a lot of people living with disability have. So I realized he had a potential, and I thought somebody needs to put a smile on his face.
The executive director of the center, Veronica Mensah-Dorsey, reaffirmed the organization's commitment to assisting persons living with disabilities.
We work with communities and we identify persons with disability. We support them. We believe in inclusivity, accessibility, and entrepreneurship for all persons. We hope to do more, and we hope to support everyone, especially Jeremiah. We are working with him at the moment. We will make sure he goes back to school, and then his dream is achieved.
Jeremiah's prayer is to live a normal life and at the very least put his God-given talent to improving, to use, to help develop society. Irene Adobias reports for Joy Learning.
Away from that, the Executive Director of the Cocoa Health and Extension Division of the Ghana Cocoa Board, Reverend Edwin Afari, has called on the Forestry Commission to collaborate with all security agencies to arrest and prosecute illegal lodges in order to protect forest and cocoa farms. Speaking in an exercise to plant over 15,000 trees across Agona Nyankrom and surrounding areas, Reverend Afari highlighted the significant damage caused by illegal chainsaw operators to cocoa farms in all 7 cocoa-growing regions. There's more in this report.
Reverend Afari announced that the Central Region branch of the Cocoa Board is planting 600,000 trees in cocoa farms to boost cocoa production. He urged cocoa farmers to register with the Forestry Commission to claim ownership of the trees planted on their farms, preventing authorities from granting concessions to timber operators.
Trees provide shade, especially the desirable economic shade trees. They provide shade for us, for the cocoa trees. They help us to also be a carbon sink, sequestrate carbon. The European Union is asking Ghana to put more emphasis on afforestation and reduce, deforestation. And therefore, this is really one of the visions of the Chief Executive for us to plant as many trees as we can on all our cocoa farms all over Ghana to make sure that, these trees are also life. They're able to, when they, evaporate, we're able to attract a lot of water, rainfall in those particular areas. And then they aerate the soil so that, organic microorganisms are able to find ways to burrow and then turn the soil around. So we are happy to be here. We are happy to have our farmers with us. And we planted a lot of trees already, as you saw. We believe that these trees, if nurtured well, they can grow to support the farm, and the farm will be able to stand and do very well. We are only against illegal loggers. These trees are supposed to be registered in the name of the farmer so that they can own it. They have ownership for it. So illegal logging, we want to plead with the government and the security forces and forestry commission to put more policies and procedures in place to make sure that farmers are able to really protect these trees that we are planting and nurture them so that they can grow to support the vision that the president has.
The Agona Nyankrom District Manager of SHED, Prince Philip Akwenzi, appealed to cocoa farmers to allow Cocoa Board to cut down their old cocoa trees and replant them to enhance productivity.
What you are seeing here, this farm is barely a year. We treated this farm last year. When we talk of treatment, we are talking of cutting a diseased farm and replanting with the cocoa and plantain sucker. And as you can see, the plantain is what? It's fruiting. The cocoa is also doing very well. You can see some of the cocoa are even flowering. This is less than a year cocoa. And we want to thank all the farmers. We want to bring all of them on board. Any farmer whose cocoa is not doing well, is diseased, infected by swollen shoot virus disease, should get him or herself involved. When your farm is treated, we pay you a compensation. After the compensation, everything we bring into this farm, the cocoa you see in this farm is free. The farmer paid nothing for it. The plantain that you see here was supplied for free. The farmer paid nothing for it. And the farmers are working in their farms and we are paying them every month. So the farmers should come on board so that we all join this exercise. At the end of the day, we are bringing back the Ghana cocoa industry to help all of us. Cocoa is Ghana, and Ghana is cocoa.
Beneficiaries of the cocoa replanting exercise commended government for coming out with such initiatives.
Coming up next is Business Update with Benjamin Akakbo.
Thank you for staying. Now in business, the GCB Bank PLC and the Ghana Communication Technology University have signed a memorandum of understanding on the importance of nurturing young talents in the fields of technology and cybersecurity. Now, the agreement aims to leverage the strategic partnership to contribute to the professional development of students. Speaking to Joy Business at the signing ceremony, Deputy Managing Director Operations at GCB Bank, Emmanuel Datelamte, indicated that the partnership would afford them the opportunity of benefiting from the fresh perspectives and innovative ideas of students while reinforcing the bank's commitment to supporting education and community development.
GCB Bank we take cybersecurity very, very seriously. We are ISO 27001 certified, also with PCI DSS, mandatory training for all of our staff, right from the managing director through to everybody, every colleague in the bank. We do have mandatory training as part of our cyber combating or addressing cyber risks in our bank. So we are really excited. We take all of these seriously. It's not just about providing banking solutions to our clients, but also in a safe manner. That is why we'll continue to intensify our education in the various languages across Ghana. So we are really excited about what we are doing for this country. We are also excited about this partnership that will go a long way to contributing to world-class, developing world-class talents working with your institution.
Now, the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement System, GIPS, says it will be embarking on some form of advocacy to promote the use of its various digital payment systems like eSwitch and Ghana Pay. This is to ensure that physical cash transactions become minimized across the country. Chief Executive of GIPS, Archie Hesse, disclosed this to Joy Business after receiving an award at the just-ended 13th Ghana Information Technology and Telecom Awards in Accra.
We are at a stage of the development where we need to focus on usage. And when we talk about usage, we're talking about collaboration, we're talking about engaging with the whole sectors of the economy. I remember when we started, we were dealing with banks, but now we are dealing with fintechs, we are dealing with the mobile money companies, we are dealing directly with corporates to ensure that usage is, we grow usage for the country. And I believe that that's where we are headed.
And that's how we cap off the business news, handing over back to Sweetie Abachi.
Benjamin, so the AM News is done, but still to come we have sports and we have newspaper review and then our big stories. But starting with Nanaya Jantwa joins us for the newspaper review segment. Stay with us.